My name is Willem Dafoe, and I'm an actor, and I play the role of the manager of a motel in the film The Florida Project.
Good morning. Yeah, you gotta go home. There's cars coming through here. We got guests.
What inspired you to take on this role and about the story about raising awareness of these hidden communities?
Basically, it was a combination of things. It's the people involved. It's also a very strong script. But above all, I think, was the fact that I didn't know about this world. And when I first read the script, I thought it was maybe an invented world. But in fact, when I spoke to Sean, he supported him talking about the movie, and with lots of journalistic background material and a lot of interviews and things about the people living this way. A community of people that don't have a permanent residence, but they're long-term temporary residents in these cheap, or budget, I should say, budget tourist motels.
And what did you have any advice for young people, or was there anything you learned from this role about these kids there's a lot of young people who, for different reasons, maybe have to be more responsible for their parents, and your role is quite a responsible figure in that, like sometimes the kids needing to reach out or find a responsible figure in their life if it sometimes can't be the parents, or in all cases.
Right. I'm bad at giving advice, but the one thing, and I'm not even sure this is appropriate for the question you're asking, but I think for all kids, the most important thing is to find out what they love and go towards it in any capacity they can. And basically that deals with earning a living, making a life, seek out people that you're attracted to that can kind of mentor you. And that's very important, because I think what happens is there's so much noise, and there's so much, particularly in people that live very challenged existences like these people in the movie. They've got a lot of noise around them. They're in survival mode, and it's hard to keep on going to school. It's hard to find your mentors because you're just trying to make it through every day. So it's find out what your thing is and stick with it at any cost. Even if you can't do it at the level that you want to, pursue it.
Drama's over, folks. You got your power back. You can use your TVs, VCRs, AC, what have you. Have a nice day.
Love you, Mommy.
I love you too.
What inspired you in your career, because you've achieved so much and you've worked with amazing directors and amazing roles, when you was growing up, and what inspired you to carry on in film, because it's not easy to keep going
Right.
as well over such a long time?
I think it's just exactly the advice I just gave. I mean, I was never a careerist. I never thought of what I loved could be a job, but it turned into a job. It turned into a livelihood. But really, I started out just loving being around certain people and making things. And when I started out, it was a very modest living. It was very marginal living. I had to take other jobs to keep going. But with time, things got better, and then I became an actor.
And our last one is about advice for young people in regards to, like, Sean's an incredible director,
Yes.
especially because he's quite contemporary and he's used the iPhone to do previous films, and there's even a nice part of this one in that. And you've worked with amazing directors like Scorsese and all of these people. What would you say is your advice for young directors or young people who want to tell social stories, but because Sean's shown you can tell stories on a phone and things like that as well? I mean, was there anything that you learnt from working with him, or any advice on, using technology now and things like that?
I don't think I have to give advice on technology. I think young people know more about technology at hand and are totally, they're totally clever in using the technology at hand to do that thing that I described before. If you want to make movies, make them. That's my only advice. Get around to people that you like and make them the best you can, even if it's at the lowest level. As long as you're engaged, as long as you're in movement, as long as you're learning, that's what's important. You should never wait. You should never wait and say, well, the situation is right, I'm going to wait until I get stabilized a little bit more, or I'll work this job until this job that I hate, until I'm ready to, make the leap. Make the leap, make the leap, make the leap.
Really appreciate that.
Sure.
Thank you so much for making time.
Okay, I warned you, one drip and you're out.
Oh, come on!
Out now.
It's gonna melt outside.
It's melting inside, too.
But Bobby,
Out.